Today, I'm trying to figure out who is the best character in Sonic.exe that is Aster. So I decided to get 3 guys together and ask them to make a tier list. Let's see what they've got for me. How you doing today, sir? Okay. What is this?
It's my tier list. What do you mean, bro?
What'd you make?
It's the hottest characters. And my skill
Sonic characters
is like how they are played, of course.
Yeah. Lot of skill. So, can you explain your ranking real quick?
Okay, so Silver, of course, hottest of all of them. Trust. His abilities are very unique, very strong, very good. Rouge, that goes for the same as her. Kareem, amazing character as well. Now, for the other ones, do I really have to explain much? They're not in the top 3 hottest. They're kind of irrelevant in this situation.
Yep, I'm sorry. I'm reporting you to the FBI. That's all I need from this.
No!
Alright, everybody, welcome in Coach Darky. I know this is someone I can trust with a tier list at least, and not have top 3 hottest Sonic characters.
It was a good tier list, though.
Coach Darky, get us started. What's this tier list?
This tier list is the most commonly played characters for YouTubers.
So that like applies to me.
As you see, we got Tails and Big EXE on S tier, and then we have on A tier, obviously, the regular characters. And then in B tier, we have Shadow, Small EXE, Silver, and Blaze. And we're not talking about D tier either. We're just gonna go straight to C tier.
But what about B?
That's crazy. Anyways, on C tier, we got Sally and Rouge. Self-explanatory, doesn't really give, much gameplay-wise content besides you just, supporting the team. And that's it.
You know what? That's a good tier list. Incognito, take notes for next time.
Oh, man.
Well, we're on to the next tier list. This is my friend Aaron here. Aaron is pretty new to TD.
Made a tier for newer players for ease of use. Here's S tier. I got Knuckles. It's pretty self-explanatory. Block, punch. I don't think anybody's gonna fumble that. And Tails, again, self-explanatory. You have glide and you have your cannon. Just shoot and run. Hit and run.
I do got a quick question. What is the question mark tier?
That's just for stuff I don't know. And then finally we move on to B.
Why is Kareem in B? Why is he there? I'm in the golden tier!
Incognito, calm down. Calm down. We know from the other tier list that you like Kareem. We all know. So chill out.
I don't think he was very happy about that choice, Aaron.
You gotta understand, newer players are not gonna use Scream very well. When you try to use your overheal, you're just gonna stay a sitting duck. And if your team is really bad, they're not gonna take the hit for you. They're not. This is my tier list, and EXEs are here. If I were to rank the EXEs, I'd put this guy top of A or bottom of S for ease of use. And then this guy, bottom of A or top of B. And that's it.
Alright, so what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and scrap all your tier lists, because I don't think they're actually going to help anyone out. So for me personally, I'm going to start off with Tails. I got Tails with C solo grade. He don't got a lot of self-defense. Big EXE, small EXE. Either of them can run up on you real quick, and arm cannon is just not going to cut it. It's not going to be enough time. I mean, you got the glide to get away and defend yourself, but small squad, Tails is not it. Teammate grade, I say B on him. He's actually pretty good if you've got someone that knows how to hit your shots and you've got teammates that can defend you. Would only run him in like a 5 to 6 man squad though.
Valid-ish. I think it's low A actually.
Low A?
A lot of shots. You can get a lot of stunts in.
I do agree from personal experiences of fighting insanely cracked Tails.
Wait, so is your opinion on Tails overall low A or teammate grade low A?
Teammate. Overall, top of B.
Well, your opinion doesn't matter regarding your shakes.
We all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll get us started on Knuckles then. I've put him in A for so long, but Outlook said A was not good enough. A's not been good enough. And he just decided, let's make Knuckles the most overpowered stunner in the game. So solo grade, I have to put Knuckles at S. Like, can you really put him anywhere else?
Not really, no.
No. Anyone who puts him under is probably just not experienced with him.
What about him helping teammates?
I personally said he was still an A because Punch has such a short cooldown. I mean, block isn't going to be super useful for protecting your teammates, but it still buys them time if you know what you're doing.
For my experience on saving people as Knuckles a lot, it's really tough, running in with Punch. You have to really bait and find an opening. And overall, for my opinion on his teammate grade for helping, I'd say he's an A- overall due to the difficulty and how players play sometimes.
I think as long as you're experienced, he's an A for teammate grade. But moving on to Eggman, honestly, I don't even know if I could say controversial because I think most people have a bitter taste in their mouth from this update. I have him at D+ for solo grade. All he's got the jetpack, which is worse than glide in my opinion. And the turrets, you literally have to sit there and build in his face if you want to try and protect yourself. At least with Tails, you have a 2% chance to hit him on the arm cannon or something like that. His teammate grade, I think, is a lot better. I put him at B- there because at least he can help out a little bit. And I know some people that can use the turrets strategically, but any low man squad, Eggman is not it. Like, get him out my team instantly. Anything under 4 people, gone. Get him out.
Yeah, you have a point, but I've seen people that use him very good, as you said, in teams. He just puts his turrets away from the paths. It just forces the EXE away from other players, giving them time to run away.
I personally think that Eggman's B+ for teammate grade.
Okay, I was about to say, overall, we gonna be swinging.
Eggman is probably like A- for me, or teammate grade.
That's up there,
I mean, have you seen?
Have you seen like the change that happens when you're getting shot by turret and you're playing EXE?
It can
It is
definitely
really
buy
nasty.
a good bit of time if you know how to do it right.
And then if you compare that with like Silver, like buffing that said person who's getting chased, it's like just impossible to hit.
I'll up him to B for teammate grade because of that. You make a good point.
But for the solo, I'd say like for my personal use, like I'd say like C.
All right, on to Amy. My opinion of Amy has not changed very much since the last tier list. I have her an A solo grade, A+ teammate grade. I think she's still a great stunner. She's always been one of the most consistent stunners in the game. No matter what you give her, as long as she has hammer stun, throw, spin, bounce, whatever, she's always gonna have use.
I
I
have seen
personally
people-
think that Amy was nerfed. I think she's like A- now, or potentially B+.
Yeah, I think B+ as well.
Amy used to be S, but ever since they took off hammer bounce, it hasn't been the same.
Now she's
I'd
just
say
full
like at
offense.
best A- or B+.
And I do think her solo grade's probably like B- or C, because you have all offense and you can't stun chain that well.
Yeah, no defense besides the hammer spin, but even that doesn't buy you enough time.
Solid points. Throw her down to B. This is a definitive tier list. I'm getting outvoted here.
Nerfed.
Can I take it away real quick? Let me start off with this, alright? I'm an expert with playing with Kareem. Wait,
No.
listen. She's an obvious
Low
S
C,
tier. Better
low
than
C.
low.
Or top D.
Top D? Explain.
I personally think Kareem was heavily debuffed because the health you gain is not permanent, and from what I've seen, a lot of people don't take advantage of overheal.
Yeah, I can see that. But still
mean,
S tier
yeah.
for me.
I'll give my opinion on it. I have her put at C+ solo grade. I mean, speed boost is obviously like really good for getting away, but eventually he's going to catch up to you if you're solo or in a low man squad. For teammate grade, I put her at B+. I think if you have an experienced team, overheal is very useful. If you don't have an experienced team, then the regular heal was definitely way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Does that mean I got outvoted?
I would
Get her out of
say,
S tier. Get her out now.
Put her in C, bro.
Please!
like,
B tier. B tier.
I think low B at the bottom of B.
the bottom of B. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Incognito, move her.
I did!
I say we just take Incognito's vote from this point on in the tier list. It doesn't matter anymore towards the grade.
What?
Yeah, we can all shake hands on that. Besides,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Crash, you got him!
Moving into Sally, I want your guys' thoughts first because everyone knows I'm going to be biased about this.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Sally.
so-
Nothing much has changed besides the EMP getting like a rebalance on how long it lasts. It's really short now compared to what it was before. Shield still works the same, but it doesn't give you that special running animation for when you like get hit.
A or B+.
I'd say probably like an A,
A.
base A plus or
I
A
say
minus.
that she's an A as well.
I'm
For
pretty
you.
close to y'all. Solo grade, I went ahead and said A. I think EMP and Shield are both pretty decent tools for keeping yourself alive. For teammate grade, I think she can be A+ to S-. Shield's pretty useful at keeping your best people alive. EMP's pretty useful if you have good stunners. So for teammate grade, I have her like in between A+ to S-, but given her solo grade, I say we throw her an A.
Yeah, very
Jackson.
agreeable.
No
I
objection.
agree.
objection.
Incognito, do you have an
Alright.
objection?
No objections at all.
People know I'm not the highest on Rouge, never have been. I got her C+ solo. I don't think her abilities are meant for solo gameplay. I think that's pretty reasonable. For teammate grade, I think she can range from like B to B+. She definitely has a ton of potential at making sure you know where he's at, but I don't think that's super useful given that he's everywhere constantly. But flashbang's a lot more useful. Remote trap has its uses here and there. I think she sits in that range of high C, low to mid B maybe.
I think B as well, because her remote trap is not easy to use. I gotta say, that delay does not make it any easy.
Yeah, it does suck that the replacement was Evasion.
I don't think she's a bad support. She's a ton better from what she was. Like, she's actually like somewhat fun to play now, especially if you hit your flashbangs. But I still don't think she's as useful as some of the top tier stunners.
You don't see me playing Rouge a lot, so I wouldn't really have a big opinion on it. But yeah, I would put it like a high C or low B.
I'm personally gonna say B as a balance measure.
I was a Rouge main once, and I do say that she's definitely better, but I do think that she still resides in like a low B.
I don't know what would make her good necessarily. I think she's always just kind of gonna be that character that has her use, but it's situational. Coach Darky, I think you should open us up with Shadow. You're probably the most informed.
Ever since the move towards 1.2 Shadow, it has been reworked for a homing attack, being able to lock onto EXE, but now being switched to a more of a manual thing where you have to, wherever you're looking at, you know, your homing attack spin will go, which I say is pretty good, meaning Shadow does have a lot of mobility options as well as a lot of stun options. The only minor factor is the cooldowns.
Very high.
I gotta agree with you. I'm thinking A+.
I do think Shadow's like a mid A now.
I said double mid A's.
It's a
I'm sorry, I'm reminiscing over tackle again.
I would say better than Sally, at least better than Sally, but worse than Knuckles. Yeah, he got nerfed from a S- to A+ or mid A.
Hey, it is. Yeah, I think he's double A. He has good options both ways for keeping himself safe and helping others, but I still don't think he has any, you know, insane stickouts that make him S. He
Yeah.
does not have the S factor.
I'll always cry every time I look at Shadow's legacy.
I'll always cry every time I look at tackle.
Rest in peace, Yam time.
I got Metal at B+ solo survival. His abilities aren't really meant for solo survival, but they will buy you a decent bit of time if you know how to use them. Plus the 150 HP is just automatically going to give you more time no matter how bad you are. It's guaranteed extra time to your life. For teammate grade, I think he's an easy S. I think he's one of the best support characters in the game.
The only really big issue is that the fact that grapple can also be blocked.
Here's the thing about
By Big EXE.
I do think that it's not that bad if he blocks it, because you're going back into the fight, so you're still distracting while everybody else is running.
And if it's like really close to when he blocks it, there's actually an insanely high chance they don't hit you, guaranteed. In my personal opinion, what does suck is that dunking did get a lot harder since he did remove the jump for it on push. But if you do manage to get it off, that saves you so much time in your team, especially if you don't dunk in the wrong spot.
You know, the combo potential with Metal Sonic is amazing too. I think to balance it out, we'll just put Metal Sonic in high A above Shadows.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Alright, Silver, obviously a new addition. I think Silver's nothing crazy. He's got some cool abilities, he's fun to play, but I don't think he really stands out significantly as a character. I got him as B and B. He's got good support potential. He's got alright solo potential. I think he's just kind of mid. I think he's just a mid character. He's not like great, he's not bad. He kind of sits there in the middle. I personally think, dependent on your squad, his value goes up or down. I would actually want Silver in a 4 to 5 man squad as opposed to like 5 or 6.
Man, Silver's also map dependent.
Barry with his barrier.
I guess below Tails.
Yeah, I would say below Tails.
Pretty would be higher, but yeah, I'm okay with that.
Blaze.
I
Lots
think
of mixed opinions on this one.
Yeah, like you gotta charge up her punch. Yeah, it just doesn't last long enough though.
I mean, you do get a speed boost with Heat Wave, and EXE
It just
cannot
doesn't
block.
last
The
for-
only good thing about Heat Wave is the pushback that it gives, plus the, time.
I think the general opinion is that Heat Wave is not great, while Heat Tornado is really good.
It's really good for either running away to like exit or like just helping your team and getting out quickly.
I had her at B- solo and B+ teammate. I think she's a lot better with the team.
I think she's a C for solo. I feel like she's very underpowered compared to other characters. She could probably use a balance change.
Yeah, it needs a balance change with how she works.
Teammate grade, I think she's pretty good, but like solo, she doesn't cut it.
To me, she's a very mid stunner compared to Knuckles or Amy. So I will say we've improved from last time, because at least no one right now is sitting in C or D as overall grade. Incognito, this one was mainly for teammate grade, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm glad to see that every character is getting some teammate use now.
I feel like people are gonna mention this in the comments as well. We should explain why we're not gonna rank EXEs.
So the reason we don't do EXEs is because ultimately EXEs are going to be very close in terms of power. That's kind of the point. And really EXEs I think come down a lot to an individual playstyle. Some like the fast playstyle of little EXE. Some people like the spin dash. A lot of people like Colossus's damage, his grab. I think it's very person dependent, and I don't think it's good to rank them with how similar they are. Especially only being 2. That's not a good sample size to compare. With the survivors too, it's a lot easier. We got 11 of them, right? Like 11 characters, you really get a good sample size of what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, maybe in the future if there's more EXEs, like 4, maybe 5, but just now, no.
If there was 4 or 5, I would easily rank them. Because then it would really be a thing of like, is one better than the other? But as it sits, I think it's very playstyle. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts. I don't know if y'all have anything to add, but I think the game's pretty balanced right now. I like where every character's sitting at, besides a few balance changes here and there that I think could easily be fixed. I like the replayability of the game a lot more now.
It's a lot more fun, especially with friends, like Alec once said. Incognito, I see what you're doing.
Bro!
Close the stream before he does anything.
Oh yeah, I bet you're still wondering what was in this mystery tier. If you want to find out, comment Incognito sucks at the disaster. I'll see you in the next one.